Hello everybody and welcome back to On Point HQ. Now if you've been watching the channel this year or following my updates across Facebook and Instagram, you'll know that I've been working on a new bolt action project. In fact, the only bolt action project I've been working on this year, which is something a bit new for me. But what I've been working on is a Polish Aiborne platoon based around Operation Market Garden. These guys are based around a fighting at Driel. I've posted updates because there's been a bit of kit bashing. I've replaced the metal crews for various team weapons, but I've actually finished the whole platoon. So what I thought I'd do is just do a very quick showcase video to outline exactly what I've been up to, show you the finished platoon, talk about why I've opted for the things I have, and a bit of modelling, so a bit of kit bashing, a bit of conversion. But overall, I am very pleased with how this turned out. Now, I chose Polish Aiborne because I was reading through the Operation Market Garden campaign book by Warlord Games, and I just thought it'd be something a bit different. You often see many people taking the British paras, but I've not really ever seen much in the way of people taking Polish Aiborne. So I thought, right, I like doing sort of really unique looking armies, so that was my choice. Now, as part of the fighting around Driel, they actually had no anti-tank capability there. Their anti-tank sort of support was taken away and used by the British around Arnhem. So this formed my sort of how I was going to build the platoon. So it was all going to be basically boots on the ground with no anti-tank, no artillery, no tanks, no armour, no transports, no nothing. So that actually shaped how I went building the actual platoon itself. So what I'm going to do now is just chivvy with the camera and show you exactly what makes up the platoon. Okay, so the platoon itself is led by this chap. So he's a veteran first lieutenant. I always take veteran units where I can in games of bolt action. Anyone that knows me knows that I like small veteran armies in bolt action, and this is no exception. So he's the first lieutenant there. So a bit of kit bashing on the left hand, holding the map or the orders. That's taken from the plastic SS box. Just snipped away the hand and added it to an airborne arm. But the rest of that is from the kit itself. So he's holding his pistol and his assistant, again, all built just using the various bits and pieces from the plastic airborne box. Now he may be the first lieutenant, but the guy in overall control is this chap here. Now this is Major-General Sosabowski. Now normally I don't take sort of special characters or real life sort of characters in my bolt action armies, but with Sosabowski I made an exception because he's just so iconic when it comes to the Polish Aiborne. Fascinating character. As soon as I saw in the book he could take him as a playable character, I thought, you know what, I'm going to make an exception here and I'm going to have a go. So that's my take on Sosabowski. Really happy with how that turned out. Again, all straight out of the box, no kit bashing, but really happy with the overall result. And he will be in overall command of the platoon. So with the HQs done, I thought about what I wanted, how I wanted to make the actual airborne sections themselves. So I went for 3 8-man sections, all veteran, all equipped identically, and so we're going to have a look at those now. So this is the first section. As you can see, 8-man, and the way they are armed is the NCO has a Sten gun, so he's got an SMG. One other chap in the section has an SMG as well. The rest are armed with rifles, and then there's also one LMG in there as well. This composition is the same across all 3 sections. So that is number 1 section. Bit of kit bashing on these 3 guys here. So all their arms are from the British Commonwealth Infantry box, and the guy holding the grenade, that arm is actually from the plastic USMC box. Again, another very versatile plastic kit by Warlord. So that is number 1 section. As you can see, the camouflage smocks. Took me a while to work out how I was going to do them. I'm not the best at painting camouflage, but I think they came out quite well, and it was just a case of replicating that scheme across the rest of the project. So this is the second section. Again, same composition, so 2 Stens, rifles and a LMG. That LMG, so the guy holding the Bren there, the arms are actually from the British Commonwealth Infantry box, but combined with his bandaged head, it makes him look as hard as nails. He looks like someone you wouldn't want to trifle with. There's definitely something Rambo-esque going on with that guy there. Again, most of these were just out of the box. No kit bashing with these chaps apart from him. So that was number 2 section. And this is the 3rd section. Now these guys have got a smattering of captured German weapons, so I imagine that they've had a bit of a brutal time and they've misplaced some of their weapons. So we got one guy there, he's armed with a German machine pistol, just taken from the plastic Fallschirmjäger box. The arms fit really well. Just snip the button off the cuff, and yeah, they work really quite well. And then the second one is this guy here, who's lost his Bren gun. So he's had to find a German light machine gun there. But with him, because he's armed with that, I had to do something with his assistant as well. So the guy holding the German ammunition box there, yeah, a bit of jiggery pokery on there. So the left arm is from the Airborne box, so he's holding a sniper rifle. So I snipped the hand off and just very carefully replaced it with a hand carrying a German ammunition box. That was actually from the German Blitzkrieg box. Again, very simple to do, not much time at all. And again, the guy with a wounded head, he's been through the mill a bit. And again, armed identically to the other 2 sections. So that was the Airborne sections at the way. Now the next thing I wanted to do was add a bit of support. Some of these you're going to have seen already from the previous video, where I was looking at replacing all of the metal crews for the team weapons, but there's some others that haven't been shown on there. So this is the only anti-tank support in the whole platoon, and it's a Piat. So the guy actually holding the Piat, again out straight to the box. The only real change on there is that his left arm holding that originally was holding a sniper rifle, but I very carefully cut away the telescopic sight with a craft knife just to make it into a normal Lee Enfield rifle. His assistant holding the ammunition is his arms are again from the British Commonwealth Infantry box, and what I like about these is they fit seamlessly, but those rolled up sleeves give them that veteran sort of grizzled combat look. I think that's a rather gnarly looking Piat team there. The next support option was something a little bit different. Now it's a sniper team. Now you don't actually get a prone sniper in the British Commonwealth, the British Airborne box, sorry. So I really wanted my sniper to be lying down, to be prone. So what I did was I took the prone body from the USMC box and just used some green stuff to give him some trousers. And then because he hasn't got the correct uniform, I used lots of equipment to hide the upper body. Gave him an airborne head and arms, and then the actual scope, I think I snipped that from either a German or an American sniper rifle. A little bit of work went into it to get the pose and to make the trousers. But overall, I'm glad I spent the time to do that, because that's the sniper team that I really wanted. And this guy here just built straight at the box. He's got a sniper rifle as well, and he's also clutching his telescope there, picking targets for this chap here. The next one, again, this featured in the last video, all about replacing metal crews. Now this is the flamethrower. I always try and take flamethrowers where I can, just because they're for me they're the best weapon in bolt action. Very unpredictable, and with my dice rolling, they very rarely hit, but when they do, they are awesome. So I went through this in the last video, but I used a landmine from Forge World, an upgrade for an Imperial Guard set, and a bit of piping from a model helicopter kit to make me a flamethrower team. Very happy with that. They're really very simple to make, but you wouldn't think that that wasn't a sort of standard figure. That's always when you know you've done a good conversion or a kit bash where it doesn't actually look like a conversion or a kit bash. And just two options left, and again these were featured in the previous video, all about replacing metal crews. So what we have here is the German the medium machine gun. God, I think I've painted so many Germans in bolt action, it comes as second nature to me. This is the medium machine gun. As I discussed in that video, two of the crew, so the guy on the right and the guy on the left, are all plastic. The only metal miniature of the entire platoon is the guy actually firing the medium machine gun. And again, a prone body. This time I used a prone body from the US Marine plastic box, and again disguised the rest of the body using lots of airborne equipment. From 3 feet away, you wouldn't think that was, well, you wouldn't think it was not a British airborne, sorry, a Polish airborne trooper. And again, he's straight out the box, that guy there. And the last option is the medium mortar. Again, featured in the last video. The crew on this one were completely replaced. The metal figures have all been replaced with plastic kit bash converted ones. And what I've also done as well, I've added a spotter to the mortar. Again, no conversions or kit bashes on this guy, just straight out of the box. There we go. And that's it. That's the whole project completed. Now, it comes in at 970 points and 10 order dice, which is a relatively small army. And what I think I'm going to be using it for is sort of smaller games of bolt action or narrative driven scenario games. I don't really want to add anything more to this, although what I'm going to do is use this as a basis for a British Airborne project. So any of the guys that got Polish berets are going to be replaced with British ones, and I'm going to add some armour, some transport, and a 6-pounder anti-tank gun. And that's coming up soon. I think I'm going to take a break from painting airborne uniforms for a while, because it seems to be all I've painted for the past 3 months. So time to move on to something new. I hope you found the video interesting. If you've got any comments or questions about this or bolt action or gaming in general, leave them down below and I'll certainly respond to all comments and questions. But as always, thanks for watching, do take care, may your dice roll well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So bye bye for now.